Gotta let everybody back in out of the way here.
Oh, more time, we're gonna need to take a little break. Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're good.
Oh, you want me to put the link back up on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm on here.
You're not muted, Heather.
Sorry.
Right. Just wanted you to know.
You do have a Zoom or share
Yeah,
the
it's
YouTube.
recording. Yeah, it's live on YouTube.
Hmm.
You can get started.
Okay.
You get the link.
All right, so we'll be back in open session. So the announcement we'd like to make at this time is based on some information that was presented in the executive session that we weren't aware of previously. Mr. McDiffit has agreed to look at this situation again, and we'll get back to you with his answer within 48 hours. Okay, and I know that's probably not the answer you want tonight, but it's better than the answer that may have come. So it's being worked on. You should know something within 48 hours.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. With that, we're going to take a quick break,
We need a
a recess for
5-minute
5 minutes.
recess.
All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed.
Now, Aaron,
Just
you
gonna
want to
leave it
just
going?
pause that?
All right, we'll resume the meeting. Thank you, everyone, for allowing us that short break. Next action item is the board vacancy. To my knowledge, we had nobody apply for that position. Now it's up to us if we want to see if there's somebody out there recruit again, or if we just want to put it on the back burner. Wait a few months, kind of push it out there again and see if we have any takers. I'd be open for conversation around that. I guess my feeling on it is if nobody's launching at the bid, if you will, to take this, maybe we wait till sometime in the fall, maybe after school starts, and we open it up again and offer it another opportunity. But I'm open for conversation around that.
That'd be my suggestion.
Because I think it's good to have somebody with the literacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I also know that it's, June and July sitting through a lot of budget stuff and things like that. So once the school year kicks off again, good opportunity to create some interest.
So maybe talk about it again in September with maybe October timeframe of getting somebody here. That sound okay?
Sounds good.
All right. And with that, we don't need a motion of any kind. That'll be a no action. The next item would be the building blocks lease agreement. This is one we talk about every year. I think that was part of the agreement we had with building blocks, that we would look through this every year and see if there was any adjustments or changes that need to be made. Feels like maybe that's going okay, and both sides are benefiting from the agreement currently. So anybody have any thoughts differently on that? If not, we just need to make a motion to renew that for, let me make sure I know this. It's a 2-year lease, but we renew it every year, so it's a rolling
We have
2
to give a
years.
year notice if we're not gonna renew it, to give them a chance for relocation.
Mr. President, I move we approve the annual review of the lease agreement with Building Blocks Community Childcare.
Moved and seconded that we renew the annual lease agreement with building blocks. Discussion on that item. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed. Our next item would be the GMDC board representative. Mary had taken that on, and her work schedule has kind of changed, so she doesn't feel like she can meet that at this time. So I guess the first thing I would throw out there is there somebody in this room that is just itching to serve on the GMDC?
Can you remind us when they meet?
So
Mornings, not.
7:30 on Wednesday mornings, one Wednesday a month or something like that.
I think the idea or the mindset that I kind of have with this, we have a non-voting position. And I was kind of milling this around in my head a little bit, that with an understanding not only of budget and district needs and those sort of things, if it was a district office appointment, that could float between Micah if they had questions about budget. They could float between Mr. Doty if they had questions about where we are with tax levy, or what things look like with regards to expansion of the district. It could even, be Bryce with regards to questions regarding transportation or those sort of things. Just kind of, it's a non-voting position, and then they can, report back to us and let the district office.
And I agree with that. I just want to clarify. I wouldn't want Mikey going for budget reasons. She's not, I do the budget. She writes the checks. I think there's a misnomer about that in this district, that Micah is just the accountant. I still am CFO. So,
Correct.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Does it have to be a board member? Wednesdays are my hardest day. And sometimes we have med staff on.
No, I think
Wednesdays,
we've
so-
had the superintendent do it in the past. I just didn't want to throw it all back to him because he goes to so many other meetings anyway, that if we could kind of split that up and make it a group effort, if you will, from the office.
Yeah, Mrs. Gentry could talk about curriculum or, things with site council if those were important, or, a district.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes sense to spread it out. If that's what you guys want to do.
Will that put an undue burden on this office?
I can ask him.
And Terry, they do have a virtual option. And I can attend for 30 minutes, but their meetings are an hour.
Okay. Well, let's quiz the office if they don't mind doing it. we can actually pass that next month, right? And we'll just kind of table it for now, and make sure everybody in here is okay with it. And everybody okay with that?
I could probably attend some, but I wouldn't be able to attend them all.
All right. All right, so our next item would be the family engagement policies.
The family engagement policies are Title I, that's a federal requirement. And we've always had them, but they were really, really out of date. Last year, we went through an audit and it was something that we needed to get, like, we just maybe needed to be revised and brought up to date. And both the principals did a fantastic job involving their site councils. So we had a template. They had a template that they went through, and Crystal Wilson was very much involved in that as well, from the Title I viewpoint, and so they did a nice job. So now we have these engagement policies, and the site councils will look at them regularly. I don't know if either one of the principals want to say anything about them, but they're a reflection of over the past few years, especially through the pandemic, we have really increased the amount of communication to and from parents and do a lot of things to engage families. So the engagement policies reflect what we're doing. So I don't know if the girls have anything they want to say about that.
Heather, Val?
Kind of.
I would just say,
Heather, you go first.
Okay, it's kind of self-explanatory. We have a lot of things that we talked about at our site council, our PAC meetings. We're doing a lot of things anyway, so it was kind of easy to get it together.
Val?
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Just met with our site councils and kind of reviewed what we were already doing and just put it into words. So
Okay, very good. Any questions or comments around this? Moving on then to an executive session on personnel. We need that, don't need it. Student info, don't need it. So our next board meeting will be June 13th. And with that, we will be adjourned for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all.
And the back.
Oh,
Want to keep it?
like the auditors to do their